Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. Dr. Cathy Alinovi joining us. She's the owner of Healthy PAWSibilities. It's a natural pet wellness center, and she's in Tampa, but she's working with you and again with her her whole process of this text membership. Worldwide, she's available to help you with your pet, your loved one. And I'm sorry if someone's listening. Am I allowed to say you're my favorite guest? She is. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I could tear up. This woman has helped me personally with my own pet, my own kitty cats, but just her compassion, her empathy, and, I just wish I lived closer to meet her in person, and I know one day we will connect. But you are an amazing soul as a human, as a pet mama, and as a regular mother too, but you're helping so many with their pets and helping them without the pharmaceuticals, without the unnecessary things that sometimes your local vet does. And to be honest with you, as a former vet, she knows sometimes they take advantage. They charge too much for certain things. They're being pushed from companies to sell you this, to do this. So I just want to say thank you for being here and being our holistic doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. So you want to know something funny? I had a client brought me a late Christmas present today, and it's a coffee cup, and it says, sarcastic comment loading. That's it's so perfect because I have my moments where I can't help it. It's like I know the system because we were all trained by the system. And when I look back in hindsight, it's like, oh my word, did I really used to say that? Because I was trained that way.
Wow.
It's tough, Jill, to break out of the mold and go to the dark side. But here we are. How's your baby boy's tail?
Amazing. Well, my baby boys mean that my son just turned 10. The other one is 7, but turning 8. But my baby. So there's some updates. We haven't talked about this, have we?
It's been forever. Okay, update me. I need to know. What's the scoop?
December 23rd, my cat Princess went into labor. I was actually working, and I worked from home.
You did get Christmas babies.
What I did, I was there hands-on in between my jobs, and I literally cut the placenta because she had one that was deceased in September. I was sleeping, not sure she didn't get it off quick enough. So here I am with my boys, and it's amazing. They got to witness this and experience live birth and how they came out. And she's my dear friend, my cat. She loves me, trusts me. Taking those babies, helping break that sac open, cutting the cord because I want to make sure they're coming out and they're doing. And lo and behold, after like 6 hours of labor, she had 5 kitties.
5 babies.
And she's like a half Persian, a half Himalayan, so she's tiny. But unfortunately, we learned, again, 2 days later, one was very sick, not sucking, I actually had to bring it to the vet the day after Christmas because my kids were crying. We slept on that bathroom floor with her, seeing if we could do anything. And I didn't have proper formula or nothing at the time. I had milk. And then I Googled what to do. And I'm trying to stimulate the genitals to make it go to the bathroom. I'm using sugar water. I'm using sugar and water mixed together, not the proper stuff. I'm using milk. I didn't have kitty formula. I didn't even think to prepare in advance to have the syringes. I'm using my son's syringe from his medicine. But still, we tried all night. And so I owed it to my kids. We brought the baby to the doctor. It was dehydrated, gave it a shot of, I guess, you would probably know best, steroid or just liquid, I guess, and fluids. Thank you. Brought it home, and I brought all the special formula, fed it. I kept feeding it for 2 days. It passed. And then the same thing happened to another one, but the other one was latched and was feeding the whole time. Interesting. It wasn't growing. So, you try to explain. My kid's like, it looks like a T-Rex. It does. The otother one's big and fluffy. So it just didn't thrive, but it had the sucking reflex. It was even when I started feeding it with the formula, it would take the formula. It was just weaker, scrawnier. So, you try to, and when I tell you, the amount of tears from the first one, how swollen I was, and I was just like devastated. But then now the second one, and I let the kids hear the doctor tell them, this happens sometimes. It's easier sometimes for another person. They're not meant to be. It's their own body. The soul came here, and it's their time to go back, and that's okay. And so the second one, the loss was a lot easier because we were prepared and preparing them for life. So babies, I got 3 healthy babies right now, and I'm going to go grab them in a little bit to bring them on after you talk to me about what you want to talk about.
Beautiful. Oh, that's so awesome. So how could you and I have done that differently?
Go ahead.
I need to give you my cell phone so that you can text me.
I know, but I
Right.
all right.
And you're talking, and I'm like, holy cow, Jill doesn't have my cell phone. So I need to give you my business cell phone. And it is the cell phone number that's on my website. I usually tell people the best way to get a
Wait,
hold of me, go to the website.
is
It's
it
Healthy
seven? Is it
Plus.
727? Is that the area code for your
That
cell?
one, seven two
Five.
seven 510 3665. That's
Didn't know
how
if
I
you want to air
communicate.
that. Okay, well, I just grabbed my
Well,
phone. I'm.
it's on the website.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was
So
really your cell. I'm just going to text you
no,
now so
it's
we
the
have it.
business cell. Excellent.
Thank you.
Because, yes, you ended up making the right decision to help the little baby
Yeah.
head its way back
And
to
you probably would
heaven.
have said, don't worry, it's not going to work out. We know this. But
Well,
you
I
know,
would have given you healthier
oh,
options for formula,
okay, yeah.
healthier options for the electrolytes. You did fine. You did what the system teaches us. You didn't do nothing, which was
Mm-hmm.
perfect. And what would I
Okay,
have suggested
Nicolini.
differently? I would have suggested you could get Pedialyte for oral electrolytes because, oh, look, there's Jill.
I think I have
Um,
that. Mm-hmm. Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
you have Pedialyte. And the other thing crazy, raw fermented goat milk has more healthier, easier to digest nutrition than formula.
Where do I get that from?
Um, Pet store.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
And it's usually a little pet store. It's usually not one of the big chains. Like if you go, you know the big chains. Don't go to the big chain. You go to that cute little boutique store on the corner that you've never been shopping at, and you go,
Yes.
"What do they have here?" It looks like, but you always go to the freezer. Anytime you shop at any of these stores, you always shop at the freezer because that's where the people food is.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I will show you what an example is.
Sure.
There are 5 or 6 national brands, and this is just one of the brands that I have in my office, but it's frozen, raw fermented goat milk. Again, there are 5 or 6 other national brands. They are all excellent quality. This is mommy's breast milk.
Wow. Amazing.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Because as you know, I'm the food Nazi.
You are, yeah.
And so, and would you have saved the baby Jill? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because your other vet was right. Yes, there's some kind of developmental issue, and we're suspicious with the mama anyway because she did lose that litter of kittens back in September. So, hallelujah, you have 3 thriving babies. And they're 2 weeks old now.
Mm-hmm.
So their eyes should be opening and their ears should be perking up
You
and
were
opening.
one is like a beast, and we call him the abominable. I can't even say the word abominable snowman. So
Abominable
my
snowman,
son
I
calls
love
him
it.
Big Yeti Boy because mom is a silverly white with a little orange in her, fluffy little Persian looking, but not that real scrunchy face because she's only a half Persian. Dad is this. Gosh, what is he? I adopted him from someone who was allergic. So I have papers, but it doesn't matter if it has papers. It's like a blue Siberian, blue eyes, and it's like white or orangey.
Beautiful.
From Russia. Long story short, this baby comes out like half and half of them. And so it's got gray ears like mom, a gray nose, and it's got like, those shirts that like the kids wear with like sequins, you push it up, it's one way, you push it down, it's the other way. Well, this cat is like, it looks dirty if you push it this way because it's got the mom's gray on the undercarriage, like the bottom of like the hair, and then
the undercoat, yeah.
and then if you go this way, it looks whiter. But anyway, so that's Big Yeti Boy.
Beautiful.
So his eyes open within a week. Now now the other little one who's tinier, more like this one is more like I call all my cats like this, Cuddles, like tiger stripe, like gray, smaller, white striping. Opened his eyes 2 days ago, but he's very tiny, right? I was concerned about him. Then the other one looks like Dad, a little more white and fluffy. Eyes didn't open. This morning, Mom, I went on my own.
Nice.
I said, you know what? I said, I just need some warm water and like a warm water and like a cloth. And I used a paper towel. I made it really soft.
Yes.
drop. And guess whose eyes just opened today? Because
Beautiful.
I'm like, I feel like they're like just stuck and dry. I'm like, mom's not licking them. I said, let me give it some moisture. It can't hurt. I'm glad I did the right thing. Yeah, and then I'm like,
beautiful.
I started to think, is it blind? Does it have eyeballs? I didn't know. So I went in this morning and I'm like, let me check this out. And I'm so glad you were on my list today to speak to.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so Mama Kitty's not really grooming them all that much?
Well, believe it or not, I never see her licking their private areas either. So I'm still going in there with a wet, toilet paper and stimulating it. She must, right? Because they're going to the bathroom. They're healthy. I don't ever see her doing that. But she's a really good mom. I'm in there all the time. I'm allowed to. I put them in my bed the other day just with the kids. I want these cats to have this hands-on experience and touch. Yes. And thank God she's a good mom. She trusts us with them. Some cats would be no, so I'm giving them a lot of human touch as well now, hoping it's not scaring the mom at all. It's not affecting her. She's allowing it. So I think it's better to have more of this human touch with the babies. But
you got it. Absolutely. So I would suggest get a washcloth, make it wet with warm water, and squeeze a lot of the moisture out. And just once a day, wash the kittens from top to bottom all the way down, in case mommy's not.
Okay.
That's how kitties learn to groom themselves. I fostered my 2 cats I got because they were 2 little 1-day-old kittens found laying there. So you have to teach them these things. So washcloth, wipe all the way down. Do that once a day so that they know I'm supposed to groom. And then as they start walking around, they can't climb up into the litter box. But what I've done is I put litter over in the corner and I preload it. I take a piece of poop and I put it in there and I leave it there. And so the kittens come over and they go, this is the bathroom. And then they figure it out because we have to show them.
I don't remember. It's been so long. And the big Yeti boy is starting to walk out a little bit of the box. Nice. But soon I know that's going to happen. I haven't Googled. I haven't talked to a professional. I forgot when this is all going to happen. And when do I introduce them to a litter box? When?
Now.
Really? Okay.
Not a litter box.
Oh, a litter area. A convivium pad with some litter
area. Yeah, and then as they get taller, then you actually put it in a box. So it's like, puppies and kittens they're kind of messy.
Yeah, sure are.
And especially since Yeti Boy is starting to explore, babies explore with their mouth.
Okay.
So that raw goat milk.
Ooh.
Just a little bit in a flat dish. He's going to wear most of it.
Okay. Yep.
They're going to, right. But then you're teaching him how to clean himself, and mommy will clean him. And sooner or later he'll learn, okay, this is edible. This is good. And then in a week or 2, you start mixing that goat milk with a little bit of, honest to goodness, meat.
Okay. Wow.
Because, young lady.
Yes. And we talked about this. She's going to show me how to holistically do this right. And ladies and gentlemen, that kibble you're feeding your dogs and your cats over the counter that say they're veterinarian approved, they're not. There's toxins, there's metals. I'm just a translator from what you've told me.
They don't realize what's in there. Yeah, that prescription medication has 0 ingredients legal for humans. So you and I, we're going to get these 3 to be real food eaters. And we're just going to do it from the beginning. And then maybe we'll get mommy to start eating real food too, because the kittens it'll be there for the kittens. They'll probably come over and check her food out, but they'll also eat the real food. Mm-hmm. And absolutely amazing. So are we even? We are 15, 16 days old now.
Yeah, so the 23rd. Is it? Hold on. I'm trying to think. Okay. I have 23rd. So that's
in another
14, 15, 16 days, right? Is that what you said? 23rd. Yeah. I'm not
exactly. We're 16 days. So if not next time we talk, then the time after, I'll give you herbal suggestions for deworming, because It is the life cycle of kittens and puppies. First mouthful of mommy's milk is beautiful antibodies, colostrum, and it has worm eggs. It's just the life cycle. No matter how well dewormed mommy is, her intestines don't have parasites. Her mammary glands, her boobies do. It's just the
Wow.
life. It's the world. So I will give you probably into two times from now. So stay tuned for more details.
Wow. Thank
Between
you.
now and then, grooming, potty, and let's start getting the real food going.
All
And
right.
now you and I can text.
I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
so much.
beautiful.
Thank you. Well, thank you for sharing this. And
Absolutely.
how have your holidays been? How have your clients been? How have your pets been? How's your family? What's been happening in your world of
Oh
holistic
my goodness,
medicine?
I know.
Any good
It's been
stories with
forever.
your animals and your friends and people you're helping around the globe?
Oh, I found I have a new dog. Because there he
Ah,
was, and he came
stop.
and he hung out, and he was really nice. I was at dog training, and I said, I really need another dog like a hole in the head. And I'm like, so I went home, and I'm like, well, maybe if he's there when I go back next week, and boom, he showed up.
Come on. Wait, what is dog training? What do you mean? Are you volunteering
I
somewhere? Are
do. I
you?
do I participate in obedience training
Oh,
with some of my dogs. It's honestly, it's fun. A lot of it's for fun, and they actually love it because they love treats and they love meeting. It's a socialization for the people and for the animals. So yeah, we do group dog class on the weekends, and up comes this gorgeous looking, kind of yellow lab sort of looking young man. He's probably a year and a half old and super skinny. When I saw him the first day, he was thin, but he looked pretty good. When we saw him the next week, I'm like, oh, he's dehydrated. He's lost weight. Obviously, he needs me. So
so where is he? Is he a foster? Is he in a shelter? Or where?
so
Who
my
owns the
husband asked,
dog?
he's like, are we rescuing this dog or are we adopting this dog? And I'm looking at him sideways. I'm like, and the difference is what? He's like, are we turning him into rescue? I'm like, heck no. I have now committed to this man. He is mine. So yes, we're assimilating one more. So baby steps. He was thin and dehydrated. So to me, the first thing was good nutrition. Got him started on real food because he's been running the
Yeah.
streets. God knows what he was eating. Um, did deworm him. Even though I am not a chemical queen, I know they have
There's
worms,
times you need
and
to. Yeah.
there are times when we need to. And so then I'm going to, in about a month, get a poop check done.
Mm-hmm.
And if there are still parasites from a Western medicine perspective, which means they found it under the microscope, I will continue with herbs. I'm also going to use my muscle testing technique that energetically asks the body if he needs any of the herbs, basically to help heal his guts, because
You're
I know
doing
he's been
Reiki in a sense. Your energy healing. Yeah.
essentially,
Mm-hmm.
essentially, yes. And so that's actually most important. He is currently an intact male, but there's no aggression going on. I will, simply because I have a group of a lot of I have 10, and I have two intact females, and while he's a handsome stud, we don't need,
Mm-hmm.
I'm controlling my girls
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and who they come
Yep.
in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
So I will eventually get him fixed, but right now I'm building his strength so that he's ready. um yeah, so we have a new family member. He's a sweet little
Congrats.
man. Yeah.
And how do you get them all assimilated to each other? I mean, like with any animals again, because I only for the first time had this happen where I have the shelter cat that's blind in one eye, who she is a year and a half now, but she's more feisty, not as loving and kind. She's more, hey, like grew up on the streets, like I'm scared of you still, but she's wonderful. But then the other one,
Wonderful.
Princess, she gets along with. But then we brought Simba, the male, in, and now Jackpot, Jackpot's her name, is fixed. So Princess is the only female available for her. But Simba the guy is so calm, and the little feisty blind one is always like.
That's a typical female.
But
I love it.
I've even brought Princess babies to her, and she loves Princess, and she's like.
Yeah.
Not used to. I got Simba used to the babies already. He comes in and she swats at him,
Beautiful.
but I put him right on him, next to him, on top of his head. He smells it. He's good. Trust him. So the door's open. But the other one wants no part. She won't go near them. They're, so
Baby steps.
Yeah.
It takes 3 months for everybody to assimilate.
Okay.
And jackpot, she will set the rules for the babies, and the babies will go, oh, you stay away from her, that thing's got claws and she spits. And then all of a sudden she might start to play with them. She might always stay separate, and that's fine. It's just like your two-legged children have different personalities. So yeah, my dogs actually did really well with assimilating. So because we were at the dog training class, the 3 dogs that I had with me were like, hey dude, you're cool. And he's like, hey, you guys are cool. And so they all came home fine in the car. And then I had the dogs that were at home who were like, who is this? Who is this? And then he came out in the yard and they're like, hey. He's like, hey. And I'm tickled to death. It's where we have a lot of it's us humans, which is why I go to dog training, even though I kind of get this. Like if you come in the office, I obviously know what to tell you, but I don't see that I do the same things. So what we as humans do, if we're walking our dog on a leash, we pull back on the leash and we put tension in the leash, and the dog goes, uh-oh, there's a problem. Mom is pulling on the leash. I am going to be on hyper alert. Instead, it's relax the leash, which is the hardest mom instinct, to relax the leash and let them be dogs. And what do dogs do? They sniff each other's parts. What do cats do? They put their nose all the way up in each other's business and smell their parts.
Yep.
That's just how they get to know each other. Mm-hmm. The world would be different if humans did that too.
Quick question, because now Simba, the male, is doing that to Princess again. And I'm thinking, can they mate again this quick? Is it possible? He's going to try? When can a woman cat get pregnant again? Or
observing, I wouldn't expect her. That's a good question. Pretty quickly. So female cats can have on average of 2.5 litters a year.
Wow. Okay.
So fairly soon, however, I wouldn't expect when the middle of her nursing and they are at rapid growth stage.
Yeah, she wants no part of that, but I see him
I wouldn't
all in her parts.
Yeah, but he's doing what a proper man should do, and he's checking his woman and saying, honey, do you need me yet? And she's like, no, not now, dear. And he said, okay, I'll be back and check you out later.
Love it. I love his verbiage today. It's great.
It's awesome. So other thing you said that you were doing that's great is you are touching the kittens, you're moving them, you're taking them new places, your kids are handling them. That's how we get human socialization. And yeah, just let them walk. Mommy's still going to protect them, and you're going to protect them. Now that the kitties are getting strong and walking, they're going to be checking out their environment. And sure, Simba's going to say hi. He might snarl or hiss sometimes. And Jackpot might as well. It's fine as long as it's not the Tom and Jerry cartoons, right? Mm-hmm. Then everything's just fine. Hallelujah. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Do you mind if I go grab them to show you?
Please. I want to see babies.
Right, you keep talking because it is a live podcast. Tell us some other stuff.
How to get a hold of me.
Good.
Yes, you can find me at healthypawsibilities.com, and that's Pawsibilities with a paw. And when you get signed on there, there's a pop up for a free report for how you may be over vaccinating your pet and overpaying your vet. It's a lot of the stuff that Jill and I are talking about all the time. I want people to have their pets as long as possible. That's the whole reason we have them, because we love them. And so longevity starts with good food. We talk about that. I talk about the vaccines. Okay. And so here now we have 3 brand new babies. Okay. And we're going to have these babies forever. Okay. Because we're going to start from the beginning.
Okay, I'm going to take one at a time so I'm safe.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start with Big Yeti Boy.
Big Yeti Man. Oh my word! Look at the size of that,
and he's big. This is not like I know, But look how cute.
That's a big boy.
I can't, but like white. And if you move, it's so hard because I have this fake background. But see how gray he is, or she? I don't know. That's another thing. You'll help me determine their sex one day. And then this one is more white, like really white, creamy, fluffy. Dad looks like this with a little more orange tint. So sweet. And then this is my little guy or girl, my little Tabby, who is just so petite. This is what I remember. This is like a typical kitten. The other one's like a giant, and the other.
Oh my goodness!
I gotta learn to take my background off. But how cute! They are just so sweet and loving, and the mom just let me take them. She's like, she didn't even come in my room. But how beautiful are they?
They're gorgeous. Look at the babies.
I love them.
My face in them and blah, blah, blah.
Well, thank you so much. And you told everyone how to reach you because I want to be safe and put them back, okay? So thank you so much.
Yes.
Say goodbye to the babies.
Kisses. Mwah. And I'll see you guys next week.
Perfect.
And I'm going to send you some text info like the monthly membership thing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Have a great day.
You too. Bye, sweetie.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.